So my name is Beatriz Rodriguez and I'm originally from Spain. I graduated with a psychology bachelor's degree and I've lived internationally for many years in different countries, which ultimately I've spent the last 5 years in the UK. So I currently lead the organization, the division of our company that is called Oilfield Equipment, really global company, and I think the organization basically, Baker Hughes company recently separated from General Electric and we rebranded ourselves into an energy technology company. The purpose of our company is to take energy forward and to make it safer, cleaner, and more efficient for our people and our planet. Fundamentally for us, it's about progress, and that is pretty much at the heart of everything we do, so that we can create a positive impact for our communities, our investors, our shareholders, and ultimately our environment and people. Personally, I think is the ability to create an inclusive and a diverse culture is the ultimate trait of an organizational success. When we look into having an environment, a workplace environment that welcomes diversity of thought, perspectives, and it's not only what you feel but also what you see. I think it's is what brings people into a common purpose and exponentially creates outcomes that are also diverse in nature. One of the important things is not to only kind of measure the diversity from a metrics perspective, but it is really making sure that when we go to work every day, people feel included, people feel that they have a workplace where they can express themselves and that they can create impact being themselves as well. So we recently in our company, with the rebranded, we launched a new values, which is grow, lead, collaborate, and care. So that care piece is what I believe makes an environment and an organization success, when people feel that the company and the business cares, but also your colleagues care and the environment where you work in every day cares about you as an individual. So in our new context, we're looking into different ways of creating impact from an HR point of view. One of them that we've done is to ensure that from a diversity point of view, we actually look into attracting diverse talent in a different way and making sure that that talent is sustainable throughout the recruitment process, so that at the end of the day we can bring together the best talent into the final recruitment. Another one that I really like about what my team in Brazil is doing is bringing together students from the country and also some of our employees' children, but they created a design thinking tool that helped us to actually solve some of those business challenges that we've got over there that required a different perspective. We eventually actually selected some of those students to be part of our apprentice program, and it's a really interesting way to cultivate that talent and pipeline locally and offer opportunities and careers for our communities in Brazil. Another one we've been looking into is about what we call Accelerate, where we recognize that as an energy technology company, we need to help our leaders to actually think differently as well in spaces beyond oil and gas that potentially we've never played. So we brought them together and we spent a lot of time thinking about how do we scale up as leaders and how that translates into the way we lead people, the way we influence, the way we bring results and outcomes for our business that requires different skill sets that we we haven't had traditionally in our industry. So that is an important moment, because that reflects on everyone's self-awareness on what they want to be as leaders and how they reset as well as leaders as we enter into this space of an energy technology company. Yeah, so we've been working over the last 12 months on the implementation of a management software tool that is called Workday. And what Workday is going to bring together is a bigger accountability from a leaders and manager point of view on that employee management experience. Traditionally, it's been HR, the one managing most of the employee processes and always sort of part of all of those discussions. Almost like with the stick and the carrot. And I think that what we want to move forward as a company is where managers and leaders takes fully accountability with that, with the employee experience process, from onboarding to employee life cycle to further than that. So what Workday is doing is basically simplifies the interactions where HR is playing today that might be more administrative, to actually transform, let a tool and artificial intelligence to take that administrative burden that HR does today and really transform the interface of that through that tool. Leaders will have a bigger ability and visibility to actually work with their own personal kind of team records and kind of managing their careers, welcome people before even they join the organization. So I think that what it brings, definitely, it puts the employee experience and the leader at the center of what that life cycle from an employee point of view, with HR taking a role more of a coach than really a process sort of organization on it. We're going to launch hopefully in February 2020. And we hope that that's going to take us to the next level from an employee experience point of view. About a month ago, we actually rebranded ourselves as an energy technology company, Baker Hughes, and we introduced a new set of values, which basically define our brand, define our culture, and define sort of our people strategy. In every transition in the company, culture is probably one of the biggest areas of focus, because it's important for us to make sure that all employees live the culture and the values of our company every day. So when you look into those values, one of the challenges will be, how do we transition as well our leaders that in the past technical expertise used to be almost what defined your career success, to actually look into how those leaders bring diversity into the way they work, diversity of thoughts, diversity of teams as well. And kind of how do we bring that together, where the what and the how comes into that definition of what career looks like. Technical expertise is very important, but when you bring technical expertise with diversity of thought, that's what really defines success. So I think that as we get into our energy forward vision, as we get into scaling into different areas, even beyond oil and gas, that ability to bring together expertise and diversity is more important than ever, and I think is the challenge that we are all working towards. So I spend most of my time with my CEO and my executive leadership team looking into the concept of scaling leadership and how do we adapt the leadership that we have to the new environment. The environment out there today is more complex what it used to be. Is the speed of how things happen in that environment is faster as well. The external visibility, the external scrutiny as leaders is bigger as well. So one of the sort of the work that I'm doing with our leaders is to help them understand that leading by power or leading by competence is no longer valid. Instead, you need to lead by role model behavior, and you need to lead by influencing and connecting. And one of the very interesting sort of insights that we've got is that in the past, everybody within their domain could be successful. But in the new environment, that silos is no longer a metric of success. And the ability to orchestrate outcomes across different disciplines and different organizations is one that our leaders needs to kind of are as well adapting to that journey. So yes, I would say that that changes as well the way we look into careers, because when we look into traditional careers, most of them were focused on competences and skill sets. In the new environment, skill sets and competences are just one part of the big picture, and the way you lead and the way you connect with people is more important or as important as what you know. So yes, it's about that how that is at the center of all the discussions and all the interventions and strategies that we are putting together as part of our people strategy.